We're going to continue this going. We'll have the Youth Winners Circle coming up here this summer. And that's going to be some short-form events going on here for Generation Esports, featuring Rocket League, Valorant, Brawlhalla, League, Overwatch, and a bunch of digital cash pricing as well. So even past Nationals, the action will continue. But right now, it is finals time here in the Eastern Conference. And the action is on your screen between the Summit High School Hilltoppers and the Westwood Regional High School Cardinals. Let's get it on.
It's a match these players have been waiting for so long. It wasn't going to be a for sure bet that they would get here. Hilltoppers, granted, they've been kind of running amok through the bracket. They've made it look easy. Cardinals, though, had an upset over the 2 seed. So they finally get this rematch against the Hilltoppers, where they lost 2-4 in the regular season. Listen, Cardinals, they're not going to make this easy for the Hilltoppers.
No, both teams are going to come out here and just leave everything on the pitch. I will say, Hilltoppers have had an impeccable run. Coming in as your first seed in this division, completely undefeated, including a 4-2 win against the Cardinals way back in Week 3. So Westwood here looking for a bit of revenge after dropping that match earlier in the spring season.
Yeah, it's all about that. It's all about the winning the finals, the stakes of going to the LAN, a little bit of revenge. I mean, what can you not piece together as a part of this story? So many reasons for these teams to come out big, but we're a minute and a half into the gameplay, and you can tell how good this finals, this best of 7 is going to be. Still nothing on the board, and that tells you the respect that these two teams have for each other, undoubtedly. It's great for the Cardinals to get some sort of control over the ball here. They're looking to sort of establish some midfield pressure, but Hilltoppers, they're so quick to every challenge.
And Cardinals' defense has been good. The Hilltoppers had probably our best opportunity thus far in the opening 2 minutes, but a great defensive block from the Hilltoppers has kept it to a 0-0 score line. Granted, Cardinals are struggling to get out of their zone here a little bit. It's a bit of a gladiator battle in the corner. Hilltopper's going to kick it back out to mid, looking for another opportunity, but 2 players waiting in midfield. Ruggy's going to bring it in along this corner once again. Hilltopper's trying to play it out of this right-hand side. Look for a cross into the middle. They find the cross, but can't connect on the shot.
Very impressed by the resiliency of this team right now. It took them so much time to get out of their zone,
nice.
But they make it happen, and that shot's so close to going in. One final loft will do it. Axel Boy first to get on the board.
It was a beautiful setup. Axel Boy probably deserved the goal off that initial shot. Accuracy was just a pixel off. Fortunately, the persistence is there. Cardinals stick with the play. Put the rebound shot in, and your underdog, technically, your 3rd seed, the 7-1 squad, strike first.
It will indeed. And oh no, we've already got plays in motion for the Hilltoppers. They don't like to play from behind here. They don't like to play when their opponents have the lead. They want to cut that out as quickly as they can, and they seem much more lethal on their attack here. Quick backboard passes, setting up players, following the rotation. But none of those shots finding the back of the net. The Cardinals have been well positioned, and their rotations defensively are sorting out pretty good, too. They've always got someone in position ready to meet the ball.
Oh, but spot on. Now going to have to block one over the back door. They're able to get in front of that. Risky can't put it home. Axel Boy will find the clear. 1-1 in transition, but tries in there with a great rotation. Is going to bring it right back the other direction. Puts it off the backboard. Follow-up shot will go. And Risky has tied the game with a $1.25 in game 1.
And this is not the first time Trizen has tried to make that flip reset play work. It's really smart, too, the way it's coordinated. He doesn't go for the goal, the shot on net. Rather, get the pass up, make the defense panic, and allow Risky to complete the play. Hilltoppers working well together to get that equalizer.
Not a moment too soon. Feels like it's still time to put together an attack and dwindle some resources down here if you're the Hilltoppers. With this 1-1 scoreline and all the pressure that Summit's been putting on, you can help but feel that it is up to the Cardinals to respond. Gonna have to stop Risky here. He's able to drive in. The demo indeed slows them down, denies the opportunity for this attack to develop. Touchdown over midfield. Risky going back to meet it. Through the sky goes Nick over 2 defenders for the game-leading goal.
Nick? Are you kidding me? Unbelievable.
That move.
Oh, another goal kicked off by a flip reset, but Nick doesn't need any teammates for that play. He sticks the top of his Fennec to the ball like glue after that extra flip and carries it home. Cardinals with the lead under a minute left.
Oh my goodness. Nick just beat everybody. What a play. What a statement here in the finals. Cardinals now just need to protect a lead in a game when it feels like they've been on the back foot for nearly the entirety of the 5 minutes. It is suddenly the Cardinals who hold everything in their hands and have possession into the blue half, something that hasn't been extremely common here in this 5 minutes. 15 seconds off of that to go. Ball into the corner, tries in, has a handle on it, but can't keep control. Risky wants to get it out of there, can't get it a good enough clear. It's Jodoku who's able to push it back towards the net. Could be the dagger here. Either way, the timer's at 0, and the Cardinals come out with a dub in Game 1.
Incredible job from the Cardinals to hold their lead and then get it back towards the end there. Possession may have favored Hilltoppers that game, but Cardinals actually racking up individually. Unless, of course, Nick just has a beautiful flip reset carry. But we'll get right underway in the game number 2. Cardinals with that lead in the series after Game 1.
And you're going to get a good position here on the kickoff. Jodoku is going to take a shot on. Jodoku's going to beat the defenders. 11 seconds in, and Cardinals once again lead already under their belt.
Hilltoppers looking rattled after that first loss, and you know, I talked about how complete the defense is, but sometimes off of the kickoff, it can take a little bit of time to get set and make sure the communications are crisp. Hilltoppers are going to want to clean that up now rather than later.
Defensively, they're able to control that one, push down the other end. Reggie working on the outside. Gets it stolen. Jodoku loses it. Risky might have an opportunity here. Pass in off the backboard. Shot from the corner from Trizin. Blocked by Jodoku. Push back into the corner. Reggie gets another shot at it. Risky wanted a shot. That one's not going to go. Tries in, going up for a double tap here. Axel Boy with beautiful positioning says no. And the Cardinals have kept everything out of the back of their net so far.
Yeah, that's 3 saves now in the first minute, and maybe more coming with this shot meeting Axel Boy right in the nose of his Octane. Counterattack could have been there, but, you know, Cardinals, they're not a team that's going to be pressed for those quick counters. They seem comfortable on defense. See very few Rocket League teams able to put up a defensive front as they truly are. Reggie, that's not the look that they were maybe searching for, but a couple hits to the corner, and Hilltoppers will prevail for now.
Reggie, I think their life flashed before their eyes on that defense. Fortunately, they're able to find that ground pitch, get it out of there. Still haven't managed to get it out of the zone entirely. Those Cardinals have done a great job here in the first minute and a half, improving the possession over Game 1, which they took the win nevertheless. Tries in with a nice move, though, finally able to escape the zone. Ball pinch out across the pitch. Risky's going to run and chase that one down, but it takes a funny bounce off the ceiling, and Cardinals are able to clear it.
Yeah, they get that, but the side tap from the side wall goes straight to the Cardinals. Axel Boy, wacky redirect. It's going to hit all the way to the side here. Reggie, shot, met by Jodoku. And this is very, very scary now for the Hilltoppers. Nobody can get in front of that ball as they committed too much on offense.
And that is goal number 2 here for the Cardinals. The Hilltoppers were feeling it. They were slowly starting to squeeze, put the pressure in. And the closer they got, the bigger a gap they left in their backfield. One the Cardinals were able to take advantage of. We're almost at the halfway point. Hilltoppers are scoreless so far here in Game 2.
It's a raise of both eyebrows, I think, for a lot of people, as they're expecting Hilltoppers to be the favorite here, undefeated, number 1 seed, running through the bracket. But at the same point, you could argue that Cardinals, their only loss is to Hilltoppers, and they've been tested so much throughout the bracket that they almost feel like they could be the stronger team coming into this match, and they look to be just like that. Question is, will Hilltoppers sort of heat back up to the point that the Cardinals have found themselves at? 2 minutes to go still in game number 2, so we could see that.
Oh, yeah, certainly time for Hilltoppers to bring it back. The Cardinals have done such a good job of shutting them down, though, before they can set up. We see Risky going for plays and gets robbed of the ball before they can get to the sky, but it's Risky here off the beautiful backdoor pass. This one takes an interesting bounce. It's Trizen. Oh, the pinch off the wall to push it over to Risky. That's what did it. What a move. That's how you cut a lead.
Yeah, and listen, they're going to try to make these attacks more and more dangerous for the Cardinals. It's been kind of make the defense break if you can. Oh, Joduko almost gets the bump on the defender, but can't land it. Oh, my Cardinals want to attack here. You got to be kidding me,
Woo!
Nick. You can't stop this player.
And once again, Nick Brown, the sophomore, comes through, gets the steal, gets the double tap, and gives the Cardinals their 2-goal lead. Once again, an impressive showing out of this young gamer. Holy cow, that's 2 for him here in this game. In this series, rather.
I feel like for the Hilltoppers, every time there's a chance for this team, Nick just has other ideas. It's that simple. He seems to be powered on every goal that Hilltoppers score. So they got to look out for that player. Most notably is Nick. He's going to try and take it down the field once again. Runji right off his own post. Minute left for this team of the Hilltoppers to force an OT with 2 goals.
Scary prospect. Whenever you score, they end up just powering up your opponent that much more. It seems to be the dilemma that Summit finds themselves in right now. With less than a minute to go, down by 2. Reggie loses control. Tries it, still able to keep it in the zone, but great defense along that near post. The Cardinals push it away once more. Box is free and clear. Reggie wants entrance. We'll find it with the pass to Risky. Here comes, tries it over the top. Nick gets in front of it. Great aerial save coming out of the Cardinals. Risky wants that second shot. Nobody can get a touch on that ball. Finally, it is pushed out of there. The Cardinals dodge a big old bullet with 24 to go.
They do, and that might be enough to secure this game 2 win as they put this ball away time and time again. That clear should do it as well. Nick's in front of it. Joduko's going to put a shot on. It doesn't matter if it's in. I think Cardinals just about secure this victory in game number 2. And what an effort it's been from this team as well. They've stifled the Hilltoppers time and time again. Force them out of another win. Cardinals up 2-0.
God, the Cardinals are on another level right now. They look absolutely unstoppable.
Yeah.
They look like they have an answer for everything Summit wants to do. They seem to have Summit really downloaded, particularly on how their attacks develop. And the moment that really stood out to me was Risky trying to go to the sky, and then on the ascent they're getting the ball robbed off the hood of their car. They're not waiting to get up to the peak to get that aerial challenge. It is on takeoff. Here comes a defender from the Cardinals and robs Risky of that ball. And it's not the only time. That's just the one that stood out as to Summit wants to get these attacks developing, and then before they even get a chance, there's the air is just completely taken out.
Cardinals have that crystal ball. They see the future. They know the next play, and they're there in a jiff. Disallowing the Hilltoppers of any kind of aerial chances that they're looking for. Most notably as well for the Cardinals, 7 saves in that game. I think the Hilltoppers, a lot is kind of amounting to this pressure. There's so much at stake for this game, getting to land with this win here. And when each and every shot keeps getting saved, they try to push more and more for riskier and riskier plays, and all of a sudden it goes loose and you get counterattacked on. And Cardinals have just kind of had the wherewithal to stand tall and then attack when Hilltoppers get too aggressive. The Hilltoppers, they've got to get some of these shots to go, otherwise it may continue to get loose from them.
And make sure we're getting good touches on them as well. So not only making sure the shots are accurate, just make sure you get connection in the first place. I think a little bit of the complications you're talking about where Hilltoppers feel forced to make some of these plays. Incredible save from Nick there here in the beginning of Game 3. But I think Hilltoppers are almost getting a little sloppy because they're feeling like they have to do something special to get a shot on goal. Like they have to make an extra step. Woo! That was a heck of a step there from Rudgy, though. Works out for him here. Maybe I should just keep my big trap shut. Hilltoppers have the lead for the first time today.
In fairness, though, that's the play they've been waiting for to surface, basically, is that final victory after an onslaught of shots and pressure. We haven't seen the Cardinals break down defensively like that, I don't think, the entire series. But it was Axelboy that actually rotated way too far out, thought they had more time, and it left the net wide open. So, Hilltoppers, they've got this lead now early in Game 3. Could it be that wave of momentum that begins in their favor? Oh, down on the goal line. It's Nick there. Can't get the double tap.
Oh, no. Nick had the free goal. I mean, granted, that is a pretty mechanically demanding move. But Nick was on the verge of making it happen. What was a brilliant set play. What a tied-up Game 3 here for the Cardinals. Unfortunate turn there for Nick Davick. Ball's going to get punted here towards the Cardinals half. Reggie's going to keep it in there. Cardinals back on the defense. Nick forces one miss, fighting Reggie at midfield, and eventually Jodoku is going to punch it towards the net.
Yeah, slowly Cardinals are starting to get their chance on the attack. As Nick is going to meet this ball, pop it way high. Risky. Solid backboard defense, searching for Trizen. It's going to hit Rudgy now. All three players getting in the swing on this transition. But Risky can't beat Nick to that ball. Nick has just been a nuisance for the Hilltoppers. Across the field, he's there as a nuisance once again, setting up Joduko on the press.
Beautiful play from the Cardinals, sending not one but two players up on that backboard. So, Trizen able to stop one player, but can't stop the other. I think it was Axel up on the first one, but it's Joduko who's the silent threat that comes in for the follow-up at the tying goal here. Halfway through Game 3, Cardinals up in our Eastern Division Finals, 2-0 in the series. Have the last goal of their belt. Need to defend the Cardinals right now, or excuse me, defend against the Hilltoppers. We'll actually get that clear and silence Summit for the time being.
Yeah, I was very curious to see how the Cardinals were going to act at a deficit, because we haven't seen that very often at all, and they were going to get that equalizer, but can they defend once again? 2 minutes to go here. Joduku, is going to let that ball give it up to Risky, who lays down a laser.
Reggie with a good challenge is able to put it up. And what the angle off of that? The angle that Risky's coming at the ball versus the angle that the ball leaves off of the car is ridiculous. Physics are not supposed to work that way, Pyro.
I question Rocket League physics on the daily, but here we are. And it's these players, the top of the line for high school esports, that often make me raise an eyebrow, because I'm just so surprised by what they can do. Oh, this shot, very close for the Cardinals. Trying to get every angle to work out there for the most power on the shot. Didn't land. Cardinals finding themselves behind once again, having to tie things up. Tough on the counterattack here, but Nick sends it to the safe side. Rudgy still wants to hold to the possession. And with Axel Boy gone, Risky can't get it past Nick. Tries in, backboard. Goalie demo once again, could be open. And Rudgy doesn't allow for any space between the ball and the goal. That one's right in.
Oh, and Reggie's not letting Axel Boy play the game whatsoever. Axel Boy gets demoed 3 times on Summit's attack. That 3 times, like in 30 seconds, Axel Boy gets demoed on 3 separate occasions, completely not allowed to play the game. And it's been that way for the majority of this, so we do see a save there, but Reggie's going to punch in a third. Hats for Reggie on the pitch.
All right, we've seen the Hilltoppers' response. It's going to come through here. And reminiscing on the last matchup these two teams had, it was a 4-2 victory for Hilltoppers. They can recreate that with 4 wins in a row. This one seems to be the start of that. And could they just make matters worse here for Cardinals on yet another possession? Tries in. Back to a teammate there. Rudgy looking for those bumps, looking for those demos. Cardinals have been very vulnerable to that. A big fake there, risky, not past 2. But you can tell the Hilltoppers are feeling confident now.
Just narrowly avoiding putting one in, and game 3 looking all but over. And it's interesting the point you brought up, because I was thinking the same thing, just that history so far still hasn't necessarily been broken. Cardinals did get 2 game wins in that Week 3 loss against Summit. I don't know exactly, which games of the series they got those 2 wins, but theoretically, this is just history repeating itself. The Hilltoppers are able to strike back and have now got themselves one in this series. Your number 1 seed looking a lot more in form there in Game 3.
No doubt about it. Hilltoppers coming up big in...
That's quite the answer we've seen, and the reason that this squad is 8-0 on the season. They are able to make those adjustments mid-game, and I expect that to continue going forward. Hilltoppers are the ones with the wind to their back right now.
Good, that momentum. Steer them towards another win here as we drop into Game 4. The land in Kansas City, the win in HSEL East Finals. It's all on the line here in this best-of-7 matchup. Cardinals with a win could have match point here and really change history as to how Hilltoppers have been combated against in these matches. Many of their series just going so favored in their direction. Cardinals.
Well, I feel like the spotlight is really on the Cardinals right now, Pyro.
Yeah. No, they could change everything here in this one game.
Losing control a little bit here on defense. Nice rotation. Cardinals able to keep it in the zone. Both risky, and one of the Cardinals players able to miss that one. But Nick comes through, and the sophomore once again opens things up. The big name that we saw in games 1 and 2 to propel the Cardinals to this 2-1 lead in the series cuts off with a bang here in Game 4.
Nick has been brutal here, keeping the Cardinals in this action and forcing the Hilltoppers to have their head on a swivel. You saw Rudgy was on that back post, but still kind of turning around, couldn't get up to the backboard touch. Speaking of which, Nick trying to set up yet another one. At times it feels like this player doesn't need teammates. They just need his teammates to give him the ball, and he'll do the rest.
He's trying to play it off the ceiling there. Talk about an incredibly high mechanical shot. Ooh. Utico able to work around one. Trades demos at the line. 2v2 here in front of the orange net. Axel back in the mix. Trying to push back out, but can't clear the zone entirely. Reggie, despite not having any boost, still able to get a handle on that ball. But eventually Cardinals muscle it way into the blue half. Working out of the corner. Reggie will deny Jodico a shot. With the demo from Nick, though, the Cardinals want another look at this thing. Pass the top. Nick with the double tap. Followed through. Cardinals up 2-0.
Hilltoppers doing anything they can to stop these attacks. You see Jodico knocked out of the way as soon as the pass comes up. But you got to have your eyes set on Nick, because he's going to read that backboard touch 9 times out of 10. Heck, from what I've seen today, probably 10 out of 10. This player's on fire and keeping the Cardinals ahead.
The Hilltoppers just don't react fast enough. I don't know if they're just not expecting Nick to get that backboard play, but 2 defenders stay flat-footed. The Cardinals take advantage. Perfectly placed ball. 3 minutes to go in Game 4. Cardinals have completely stifled the Hilltoppers thus far. Risky looking to change that here. We'll get it done.
Well, that's the way you muscle through a goal as well. We've seen physical play take the shape for Hilltoppers on the scoring plays, but this time it's just risky cutting off any angle the defense can put that ball away in that very tense moment. Hilltoppers stop Cardinals from running away with this game, at least for now. And Trizen, oh, can he tack on the tally here? Yes,
no!
He can! Another big dunk.
Oh my goodness. Just the slow roller. Axel Boy wants it. Turns, gets a big chunk of the car in front of it. Still not enough. Tries and stays with it. Oh my goodness, we are tied up. This is what finals are all about. 2:40 to go. Nick loses control off the kickoff. Hilltoppers looking to tie this series. This would be a good place to start. Back off of Trizen's goal. Can they continue to run this momentum forward? Trizen with the boot back out. Through the air to Risky and into the orange half. Summit back on the attack.
Hilltoppers have been able to get these goals. Wow, good backboard defense from Risky. Great read there. Taking away the double tap. And a good pass in field as well. Just about 3 defenders on the goal line, so Hilltoppers are going to get that one away. Rudgy prepared for that too. I think the Hilltoppers finally getting goals without getting too risky on offense. Well, you know, too risk-taking, I guess I should say, for clarification. And that's been very impactful for them because when they get too risk-taking, they end up giving counters to Cardinals. So they pulled their way back to equal territory in that fashion.
2 riskies? This is getting out of control. Ball through the air. Rudgy with a good save. Cardinals able to keep it in zone for now, but good positioning. Play out of Trizen forces them to back pass just to try to maintain possession. Still, Cardinals lose control. Now fighting for it. Zed off the top. Works off the wall. Great touch, but nobody there to back it up, and Cardinals clear.
Oh, up high here. Rudgy had to make a very quick-witted play. Able to do that and evade the demolition as well. Cardinals trying to fight fire with fire. Doesn't sort out, though. Minute remaining, and the next goal could mean the win. It could be very impactful. Hilltoppers can tie this up, or Cardinals get the match point. The next one, that shot's going to be sent away by Risky. Axel Boy looking to meet this in the midfield. Gets the better 50. Trizen out to the side. Joduku ready for it. Pass one defender. Gets eliminated. Here come the Hilltoppers now. 50 there. Trizen picks up. He's posturing for a good pass around the wall side, and Risky's on top of it.
Yeah. You can feel it brewing. Summit was just found their rhythm here in this past 30 seconds. The defensive rotation so pixel perfect allows them to push into the zone, and then you get that beaut of a play to take the lead in game 4. The perfect pass directly delivered into that upper 90. Perfect little slot. Round ball into the square hole. Summit up by 1 with 20 seconds to go.
And Hilltoppers with 3 goals out of 4 shots. Their success rate on their shot taking is unbelievable. Will it be enough to hold this win? The Cardinals are attacking. Something's getting ready, but it's all in favor of the Hilltoppers. They could have just secured this win with that long, clear goal.
That'll be Risky credited with a hattie here in game 4. Goal number 6 for Dark Risky on the day. Summit are going to tie up the series after a strong start from who on paper were your underdogs. Summit Hilltoppers coming back to prove why they are your top seed, why they are undefeated here in the Eastern Conference.
How about it? And if you thought we'd see a Westwood Cardinals sweep after those first 2 wins, Hilltoppers, they had other things in mind. You got to keep in mind, this team is undefeated. They don't know what it's like to lose. So being down in a series 2-0, you'd think they're shaken to their core. They're in this kind of different, and now they're working for it. They're going for the gold here. Whoever wins this game 5 gets match point in the next one, and they'll be 1 game away at that point from going to Kansas City. We're starting off hot here as Joduko picks it up. Cardinals take the lead.
Yeah, you're talking about these teams have come so far, and still so far they can go. They can take this all the way to Kansas City, Missouri, where there's $100,000 in scholarship money on the line. Cardinals with an incredible start here. 10-second goal? Yes, please. Westwood Regional. Thinking they're lucky stars. They've got Joduko on their side. Joduko.
No doubt about it. Yeah, no, Joduko, I feel like has been a piece of the puzzle on almost every single goal here. May not be scoring every single one, but assisting Nick or getting that finisher there is just trying to be a high-impact player right now. And it comes through there early on in the game. Cardinals, they're on defense now, but it's no zone that they're not familiar with.
Summit know the power of Nick as they put 2 there, and it pays off. Almost got a backdoor goal. Good defense from the Cardinals as they're able to hang on through that. A little bit of slight inaccuracy from Summit, and good rotation from Cardinals and maintain their lead. Good touch here. This one's going to go towards the net. Tries in. Won't be able to wrangle it down. Not a whole lot of pressure. I think Nick was getting battered around by Reggie there in the corner. Axel Boy coming in to help out. This ball's going to land in front of the goal. Can't quite punch it in. Nick played out of the corner here versus all 3 on the near post. Risky makes that stop. Defensive rotation come out of the Cards.
Man, yeah, Cardinals are giving it everything they've got, but Hilltoppers giving them no room to breathe unless this. No, they do find an area to pierce that through, and it's Joduko again.
Joduko finds the bubble in the ocean. I just picture one of those swimming games, and you got to get that bubble to breathe. Joduko just found that small pocket of air necessary to keep Cardinals afloat. And, in fact, extend that lead and keep them comfortable here in this Game 5.
Works out tremendously for them as the early onset of this game. They've got that significant lead to work with. And, you know what, I don't think they're going to play comfortably with it. I think they're going to attack for more and more because they know they can. Joduko almost scoring yet another goal on that read. This is a player who is not letting go of that gas pedal. In for the shot again! And it's the Hattie just about 2 minutes into this game.
Oh, and it's Nick with the setup out of the corner. Props to Risky. Risky almost saved that. I mean, that was coming from California. Risky almost makes that save. But still, props to Joduko. Big hat trick in one of the most important games, if not the most important game of the year. These 2 sophomores, between Nick and Joduko, a.k.a. Owen O'Malley, the 2 sophomores out of Westwood Regional have combined for a just spellbinding, stunning display here in Game 5.
They're showing how the older kids, how to do it here. You know, 3 seniors on the side of the Hilltoppers of Summit. So, it's the young guns prevailing like they often do in Rocket League. Hold on. Nick is cooking again off of the backboard. Pass there, met by Joduko. But Trizen follows that ball nicely. Hilltoppers are going to need more than some higher elevated defense here, as they are 3 goals down with a couple minutes remaining here. Nick bounces that off the ground. Tries and follows. This could be the start of some possession, but that ball does get past Risky as he's flipping towards the possession, just a little behind the play, and it sets Hilltoppers back at square one.
Hilltoppers do have a little bit of room to work with. Can they do anything with it? What a save! Joduko cartwheeling through the air somehow manages to track that ball and keep it out of the corner. Give me another attempt here. Rudgy now going through the sky. Met up top by Nick. Helped out by Axel Boy. The ball's pushed out back to the wall. Tries in, this time from the ceiling. Staring on the barrel of 3 members. Drops it into the middle. That ball's harmlessly pushed up. But Rudgy comes through the top. Did I say harmless? I meant that was vicious. Holy cow, Rudgy making something out of nothing here off of this play.
Ooh. Every single free play practice shot trading pack came into that moment right there. The beautiful air roll ascent down to the nosedive shot there. A beauty from Rudgy to keep Hilltoppers in this game. They had to give everything on that possession because of the time limit and the deficit now, but they've given themselves a chance.
Oh my goodness. Talk about adaptability, like just staying flexible and staying organic. I didn't think there was a shot of that ball going in, but great play from Rudgy. Stick with it and find that angle. Truly creating magic, but it's going to take a little bit more fairy dust here if the Hilltoppers want back in Game 5. Tries it over the top, has Rudgy to help out in the corner. Risky coming through from the middle. It's Risky who's going to get that ball. Trying to play off the other post. Good protection from Nick. It's forced back down. Tries in with the steal. 2 players in the center, but can't get it off the wall. That's out of the corner. Risky waiting for it off the corner mark, but Axel Boy does a good job of protecting that backboard. Tries it in a perfect position to put it back in. 20 seconds to go. Card still up by 2. and they're able to get out of the zone here with a good touch from Axel Boy.
That should do it. Hilltoppers, one last push here. Rudgy, oh, looking for the shot through the demo, through the smoke. It's still saved. Unreal from Nick, a player who hasn't scored in this game, but has made all the right plays to keep Cardinals' lead alive. They'll hold on and get match point for Game 6 coming up next.
I don't know how they make that save. I don't know who built the brick wall amidst all of the dust that somehow stopped that ball. I thought for sure that ball was going in. We were going to a 3-second kickoff in 120 seconds, and it's good enough to put the Cardinals on championship point here as we head into Game 6. They are 5 minutes away from being crowned your East champions.
Crowned East champions of HSEL. Getting that ticket, that bid to Kansas City for HSEL Nationals on May 19th. Getting revenge on the Hilltoppers, the only team that has ever given them a loss in this spring season. Cardinals, they can do it all here in this game. And if they break out like they did in the last one, they'll have a good shot at it.
Revenge is a dish best served cold, and the Cardinals have patiently waited all semester long for the opportunity to serve this one back. Like the Cardinals are actually on fire right now. We'll see if they can complete this revenge story. It's going to take defense to start things off here. It's Nick playing out of the corner. Greeted by Rudgy with a little help. Well, Hilltoppers are able to keep it in the zone. Risky pushing back in. Wants a shot off that near post. Won't have it. Axel Boy clears it out on target. And for the goal. Cardinals score first once again.
Oh boy, the house of cards is starting to shake here. The Hilltoppers off their undefeated season will see that goal go in, and if the score stays as is, this season is over. They've got to find an answer before Cardinals get 3 in a row like they did in the last one.
Might as well just call it the House of Cardinals. Ooh. All 52 cards in that deck are red. Nick Brown looking to increase this lead here. Good defense from Hilltoppers. Cardinals playing this one a little bit more conservative. Nick was the only one that pushed up on that attack. Great touch here. Just boots it all the way back down. You can see just going to work out for some boost. Cardinals with a conservative start. They are setting the tempo thus far here in the first 2 minutes of this game. Summit need to steal this back. They need to up the pace of this play.
Yeah, they absolutely do here, and it looks like they're trying to do just that, but Nick, credit due to this player, still finding an exit off of this possession from the Hilltoppers. Good carry out from Joduko, flicks it past one. It's actually the pass out to Nick, the double tap target, an unbelievable pickup and drop down.
Unreal! The pass, the touch, the follow-up touch that goes down and beats Risky over the top. Ball never touches the ground. Goal of the day so far.
Woo-wee. Nick just showing how it's done. And if anybody had any questions on whether the Cardinals could deserve this win if they get it, I think all those questions have been set aside. They've been answered. With that play right there, it's been happening all series long. They've allowed Nick to cook. And well, he's chefing up a 3-course meal. That deserves all the stars in the world. But only a 2-goal lead, halfway to go. Hilltoppers, it's their chance to get right back in it.
Serving up nothing but the finest here at HSEL. And all of these players absolutely deserve to be here. The best of the best in high school Rocket League. Cardinals edging it out thus far and are 2 minutes away. If they can hang on, if this score will hold, they will be crowned your East champions here at HSEL. Tries in, looking to strike back here. Do not count Summit out just yet. A very important 2 minutes coming up. As Risky is going to push this ball into the zone. Nick trying to defend it out. Finds the clear, finds the room.
They just can't find a way around this player. Axel Boy picks it up, but Nick just decimating every Hilltopper player on that carry out and trusting his teammates to finish the job. It's all pulling away from the Hilltoppers. Cardinals in command.
And Axel just barely gets a piece of the bumper on that ball to redirect it where it needed to go. But Nick Brown, what a showing. What a showing from this sophomore. What a showing from this Cardinals squad. 3-0 here in Game 6. Risky trying to put one in, but nothing going right for the Hilltoppers thus far. Cardinals have everything going their way. Defense has been perfect, has put in 3. Nick has been an absolute superstar on the pitch here.
Superstar performance. That could end with a bang. 1 minute to go to hold this lead. Everything and more that the Hilltoppers are expected to perform here in 60 seconds. Risky's demoed off the field. Joduko has a lane to score. Top of the backboard. Pass out to Axel. Boy, this team can't be stopped. They can see the finish line. And right over the horizon for the Cardinals is Kansas City.
I mean, it feels like they just cleared that last little bit. Like there's suddenly pay dirt. It's nothing but oasis on the horizon. The Cardinals, they have flown up over the trees. They have cleared the tops of those hills. And it is oasis. It is paradise before before Westwood Regional High School right now. All gravy, all gold, nothing but champions on the pitch right now for the Cardinals. Unbelievable showing here in Game 6 as they have completely stymied, shut out, silenced the Summit High School undefeated Hilltoppers here in the East Finals.
And with everything stacked against them, I mean, they pulled their way all the way to finals, an upset over the 2 seed just to meet the only team that's defeated them in the regular season. This wasn't supposed to go their way, but destiny had other things in mind. No, the skill set of these players of the Cardinals, Nick, namely, Joduko and Axel Boy. Unbelievable performance for these players. 3 names you will see at HSEL Nationals. They do it all here in finals, folks. It's just about all said and done. The Cardinals from Westwood, they are the ones going to Kansas City. They are the ones on May 19th going to be seen at HSEL Nationals.
Incredible performance. It'll be a 6-0 conclusion. Nick coming away with the hat trick. Axel, after being very quiet in games 3 through 5, also credited with a hat trick here in game number 6. I mean, Nick Brown, Nick Brown, the sophomore, I mean, has to be my MVP of the match. Was perfect. I mean, perfect is a little strong, but exceptional. Was truly exceptional throughout this entire series and on both sides of the pitch, whether it's assists, saves,